Howdy fellas, welcome to part 2 of how to build an unbeatable combat deck on Absolver. In this part of the video series, we'll be covering change-ups, so check it out. Hey guys, like I said, today we're going to be covering change-ups, and by that I mean how well your moves keep your opponents off guard by coming from different directions. So let's check it out.
Be formless, shapeless, like water.
Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and select Combat Deck 3 because that's the one we've been editing, and we're going to make a brand new bare hands deck. I'm going to show you what I mean by change-ups. So let's go ahead and get rid of all this. This is what we made in part 1. We're going to go ahead and scrap it. I know we've grown attached to it. But just like in part 1, let's make sure we're focusing on these 4 to make sure that everything flows into one another. And for the sake of this video, we'll go ahead and use kicks, because it's a lot easier to do change-ups with kicks. So this one's coming from the front. And what we're focusing on is where it's all coming from. Because if you're fighting against somebody who's Forsaken, they need to know the direction of your attack in order to block it. However, Cult can just use their ability, it's all based on timing, but if you're fighting Forsaken, which a lot of people try to play as, then you're going to need to master change-ups. So this one's coming from the side. Let's use that, although it's slow. Let's use that. And then we still want to end in bottom left. Or sorry, top left, derp. And let's give him a sidekick. Alright, cool. So that's this. Coming from 3 different directions, front, left, right. And we're going to go ahead and keep moving down the line. We'll do a couple punches just to keep us fast, because these are a lot of kicks and it's going to be real slow. So one of them. So our main idea here, although I'm just trying for kicks, the main idea is to try and come from as many different directions as you can. So just checking over what we've got so far, we got front, left, right, and then we have a lower, front, lower. So lower, front, lower, right. So all this kind of matters, although if it's lower like the sweep kick, they can just jump that. But the lower ankle stamp, they're going to have to do a direction for that, or get out of the way. So next we need to chain this needs to chain into bottom left, so we actually can't use the sweep kick if we'd like to continue with this combo. However, I'll cover this in an advanced techniques video. We can stop this combo here and use this alternate to chain us into our next 6-move combo, if that makes any sense. I'll get into it in a different video, but you have the option to do that there. So we want bottom left. Cool. Although those last 2 moves are coming from the same direction, it's also a part of change-ups to basically all the change-up is mastering how to keep your opponent unbalanced. So keeping them unbalanced, not knowing what you're going to do next, not knowing where your move is going to come from next, and not being able to pick up on your combos as easily. So a big part of keeping them off balance is being fast and being able to utilize all your moves very quickly and knowing what your moves do. So damage isn't a huge deal, because if you can manage to keep somebody stun locked and not knowing what the fuck is going on, that's way more beneficial than just doing damage. So that being said, let's keep going. Let's do a trip kick. So from 2 different directions, and then we'll do a big one to finish, and we need to finish in bottom right. So hopefully there's something nice there for us. Okay, we'll just use a turn back wrist. Okay, so now that's right, left, right. And it's moving down into this chain as well. So we'll do double palm, do quick stuff to get the combo chained back into itself. We'll look for Dwit Chaji right there. And then this one, we want it to go back up into top right to begin our combo all over again. Cool. Right on. So now that this is done, we'll go ahead and do the alternates like before. So this one ends us in our second stance. So let's go ahead and start there, and we'll move down just as before and then bring it back up to the start. So we're going to need something that ends in bottom left. Here, we'll do that because it's quicker. Now we need something that ends in bottom right. We'll do that. Usually keeps people off guard. This one needs to end in top right. Do this because it keeps people off balance. And then this one we want us to come right back down to here. Actually, you know what? Here, so that we can start this whole thing again. Boom, boom, and then boom. Okay, so we'll do bottom left or bottom right depending on what's better. So bottom left, let's see what we got here. Anything cool? Yeah, that's what we want right there. Perfect. Now that we have all that done, let's move over to the simulator. Alright guys, we're here in the simulator and I'm going to show you what we just made and examples of how we're going to keep them off guard and do change-ups. So, see how we're coming from multiple different directions? If we were Forsaken, we would have a very difficult time predicting where the next move is going to come from, especially how our alternates are very, very sporadic, like with the Drunken style ultimates, or alternates, sorry. And you can afford to put in those lower speed moves when you have good change-ups. As long as you have it in the right spot, like right there, where they can't predict what's going to happen, then you're pretty golden. So once we come up with a combo, let's say this is our combo here, or this spinny thing. That's our combo right there because it chains into itself. So let's do that, and then we'll add a change up to this combo. Okay, so instead of that regular combo with the whirly stuff, we're going to do something different. We're going to do the same stances, same setup, but we're going to change the moves throughout. So we're going to go 1, sweep, sweep. So we're going to go 1, sweep, sweep. So now we've got two very weird moves that are hard to predict, especially if we change them up. So if we're sitting here spamming somebody with this, they're not going to expect us to do this. You know? So that's basically the basis of change-ups. With that in mind, keep your combat deck full of surprises coming from different directions and heights. So high, low, left, right, you know, just things like that to keep people off balance and off guard will really up your game in the higher level combat trials. So the idea of change-ups is just to keep things very, very weird and unpredictable, so they can't just dodge you and they can't outmaneuver you or just block you with that Forsaken shit. So I hope you liked the video, and I will catch you in part 3, which is combos.
Show me Have some trouble?
Yeah, but I already took care of it. And you're too late. You missed the show.
Tetsuo, you had me worried again. I figured you'd be standing here sobbing like a little baby.
Kaneda, you've always been a pain in the ass, you know. You've been telling me what to do since we were kids. You always treat me like a kid. You always show up and start bossing me around, and don't you deny it!
And now you're a boss too! Of this pile of rubble.
Kaneda!
That's Mr. Kaneda to you, punk!
Ah!